So the 6.1 live letter part 2 has came out. Also, there is a snazzy new trailer for patch 6.1, and 6.1 comes out April 12th. So it's just like, yeah, 4 months. We have a new patch. Fucking great. So it's came out. We have, of course, got the official trailer, which I'm not going to play just for the sake of spoilers, I think, in today's video. And it was quite funny, too. They joked. Some people probably thought it was the 19th. Of course, some fun with, the World of Warcraft date. Now, we've also got an update on the amount of accounts. So they've got 25 million accounts, which is up 1 million from October 2021. Now, that definitely is a slowing in their growth, but there's a decently major thing to remember, and that is that they pulled the game from purchase and suspended free trials after Endwalker launched.
That's still insane that they did that.
So, yeah, it's like a million accounts in that period of time, but you have to knock a few months off because you couldn't make a new account to play the game.
Yeah.
For loads of those months.
Yep. It's pretty nice.
Now then, what's coming? Well, a lot of this we know, but they were kind of going into more detail today, even doing some live gameplay of the new PvP mode.
Yep.
We've got new MSQ. We've got new side quests coming in 6.1x. There's the Tataru's Grand Endeavor series beginning, and my read of that is that will just continue for the next while.
Yeah, they very specifically said it would be 6.1x. And not 6.1 because they didn't want the Tataru's Grand Endeavor stuff to be confused with the actual MSQ. So it'll be very, very slightly later, but that's usually a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Just so you've got enough to keep you going for a while.
Then new role quests, of course, with additional story. Now, for the rest of it. Tribal quests in 6.15. For Arcus Adara, who are getting, I think they're building a new town is like the theme, so we're helping them with that. Then somehow further Hildebrand's Adventures, also in 6.15. We've got Omega, the Omega continuation that is going to be in somewhere in the 6.1x cycle. Very exciting. I've just done Omega. I've done Omega, Alexander, and Twinning. Fucking combination. New custom deliveries for Emiliance, so you can... I know what you lot are like. Dress her up in patch 6.15.
Yeah, one thing to note is where Hildebrand actually is, if you look there. Hildebrand is in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd on the 1st.
Yes, and this is all kind of interesting because they basically made note that, Hildebrand's like a bit behind.
He's an expansion behind.
Yeah, he's an expansion behind. And then the other interesting thing, which I suppose is not a humongous spoiler, but one of the voice lines in the trailer is Y'shtola mentioning some research she's been doing.
Oh, yeah.
Into, going to reflections, which is like...
Yep. Well, since the Shadowbringers role quest, everyone's like, yep, this is definitely on the cards.
Yeah, so, I wonder how they'll do that. For other things then, Judy support system, then the improvements to the ARR MSQ, which basically just means Cape Westwind is dead. RIP. But they're fixing that up. So all the memes about the Praetorium, those hopefully will be gone. And in line with all that, there are changes to the MSQ roulette.
Yeah, there's also, as a part of this, I haven't actually seen too much about what it actually fully means, but like when Yoshi P hopped into 1,000 Miles Totorak, it looked very, very different. And I haven't kept up with the translations of what that literally means, but it seems like they've done a bunch of like super quiet, massive upgrades to old dungeons. Because they want to get that. I guess they want to get the new player experience up really, really well as a part of like rolling all this stuff together. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, and the way this works is in the 2.0 dungeons, it is dictated to you what NPCs join you in dungeons. And once they hit Shadowbringers, then that goes back to you being able to choose.
Yep.
All right. So difference. There's one screen. So.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they're planning something. Okay. New dungeon. Of course, we see some of that in the trailer. Looks very cool. I obviously have no idea why we go there. New trial. Of course, we've got the third extreme.
Yeah, the End Singer's Aria, which...
some of that footage looks cool.
I believe in one of the interviews before, they mentioned this being... it's the last boss, even if it's difficult. They're giving 2 totems per clear instead of 1, so if you want your mount, you only have to clear 45 times, as opposed to 99. Great. Honestly, a great system, the whole determinism of it, but it's like literally, no, this is really hard. We've made it really hard. It starts from phase 2 onwards, so it's just going to be a complete nightmare, and it's really unforgiving, which is like, that's everything I just want is that fight to be extremely hard.
Yeah, their fights are beautiful.
The theme of it, I think, is true hope versus true despair.
Yeah, that's what they said. So, it'll be a while before I'm good enough to do that.
Yep.
We've got a new Unreal trial, Ultima's Bane.
Yep.
Which, I mean, Unreal is basically like...
It's,
what will that be between? It's like...
I think it's extreme, but scaled up.
Okay.
So it's like, this will be for level 90s, not, for level 50s.
Yeah.
This will be for level 90s. It'll like probably be harder than extremes with some new design elements, maybe. No, it's not new design elements. What am I smoking? It literally just like scaled up and properly like retuned for full on, do this now with all your current abilities. So that'll be interesting. Yep.
For the rest then, Myths of the Realm Part 1, where in a way it's like epiloguing the Zodiac Hydaelyn sort of arc, but also we learn more about the 12 in this. The 12 is something that is, how much do we know? That is teased by a certain character towards the end of the most recent expansion.
Yeah.
Makes us think it's going to be quite important moving forward. Then, of course, there is, in 6.11, Dragon Song Surprise.
Which
the new Ultimate, which will be big.
That's,
I won't see that shit for a long time, but looks cool.
Yeah, the Thordan voice lines, it's just really nice.
Yeah, like they really go all out for their ultimates. Yeah. It's very cool to see.
It really does. Everything just looks great, honestly. All that content looks fantastic.
And it's just a funny thing, the idea of an ultimate.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because it's pretty much not what we get. Like, imagine if we just got, Ultimate the Lich King.
Yeah, I mean...
And it was just like the modern team just gets to look at the Lich King and be like, okay, we're going to go completely bonkers and make the most ultimate crazy Lich King fight we can dream.
I mean, that's the thing, where the Lich King fight in ultimate form wouldn't be the Lich King fight. It would be, here's Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah.
Here's Kel'Thuzad, here's Yogg-Saron, here's maybe Sindragosa and the Lich King in one fight. That's what it would be with you moving through all those phases. It would be a complete and utter, here's a bonkers, insane retelling of, like, all of the end boss of this stuff. That's why obviously that's going to be that's going to be Thordan and the knights into Nidhogg, and it's going to be, I definitely want to go do all the ultimates at some point because it seems really good. Maybe with some changes to jobs I might actually bother doing that. Maybe.
Yeah. Then, of course, Adventurer Plates and Portrait Editor, those are coming in 6.1, but will be in more of a beta version.
They're really interesting.
Yeah. Right, so what's coming then? Also, the plot sales in Imperium, which is the housing district in Ishgard. So, good luck in the lottery. Place looks really nice. If I had the Gale, I would get that, but I feel like I'm just going to be way too late to get it. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, for sure.
But maybe I can get an apartment there, because the apartment system's got more supply.
Yeah.
Then, the beta version of Adventure Plates, Portrait update, the Unending Codex, which is the in-game lore book that you unlock. That's really cool. And then in 6.18, we have got Data Center Travel, which will be pretty big for social groups. Now, for the job adjustments, a lot of interest in this.
Rip Samurai.
So Machinist, potency of multiple actions, including Heat, Blast, Wildfire, and Drill, have been increased. So that's going to be nice for them. Now for Samurai, this is interesting. A bit of a too many buttons problem.
Yeah.
So to resolve issues with wildly fluctuating DPS from critical hits, oh my god, I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of pronunciation
I
here.
can do it.
Thank you, Matt.
The actions Midoriya Setsugeka, Kaishi Setsugeka, Ogi Namakiri, and Kaishi Namakiri will now be guaranteed critical hits.
God, so useful. Yeah. Then to reduce action bloat.
Hisatsu Kaiten.
I was going to try it, man. It's been removed. It's gone. Mm-hmm. And then in accordance to that change, they've also adjusted the potencies of actions.
Yep.
For Ninja, to improve synergy with other jobs, Mug will now also apply a debuff to enemies, increasing damage they take from party members. Trick Attack has been changed to now only increase personal damage dealt to the target, and in accordance to that, the action potencies have been adjusted as well.
That's basically just all right. And Trick Attack was every 1 minute. No. Do Mug instead. That's 2 minutes. There you go. Yeah. Which is just kind of nicer for personal uses of Trick Window being a little bit. I mean, you're still going to want to get as close to 1 minute as possible because it is there, but it does mean, oh, you've fucked up Trick. Sorry, all of your party's damage is gone. isn't going to be the case.
Now they do know this is not exhaustive, and we do believe there are more changes coming, and almost every job will have some sort of adjustment. So to continue there for Dark Knight, to improve survivability when using Living Dead, the effect of Walking Dead will now restore HP by a significant amount upon successfully landing attacks.
I believe John called that a blood-wetting diet. Low-fat blood-wetting.
For Dragoon, the animation lock for jump actions has been shortened.
Again.
That's going to be... I mean, I haven't played Dragoon, but I feel like that's going to be pretty damn nice for players.
Yeah, they've been doing this like almost every major change since 3.0, I think I saw someone say. Basically, it's always just Dragoons or floor inspectors, floor tanks.
Yeah.
Because they have so many jumps and movements that lock them out of movement that they just jump and then die because they can't move. So they're trying to fix that, but obviously it loses a lot of its, feel of being a big cool jump. It's like kind of the same stuff as some of the ninja, like the new abilities they added with like the dashes there. You can move fairly quick after, so it feels a bit off versus the visual, and you kind of see it going but if it helps Dragoons die less, then go for it.
Yeah, and then I think just generate some like nice little playability tweaks for Summoner, White Mage, and Scholar.
Yep. Oh yeah, Red Mage also gets animation locks reduced as well, primarily on displacement. Because backflip would just lock you forever. That's down to 0.3 seconds, I think. I
don't even have it bound.
Yeah, good.
As many red mages do, because we just can't trust ourselves not to, go backflip off something and die.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. All healers get MP changes. Skills will cost less.
Yeah, which is that feels like a kick in the teeth, because everyone's like sages are just like what mana costs. White mages are like, please, a drop of mana, please. So it feels a little bit, but I guess they'll probably address that.
Yeah,
as well.
Also noting Ninja and Red Mage animation lock. Dragoon skills have been repurposed and readjusted to cut down on button bloat and stress. Sounds nice. They've also made further adjustments and balancing for the lower levels. You will learn some actions sooner in lower levels, so it won't feel as boring playing them. But of course, that can result in some potency nerfs. Which, I mean, man, sometimes being lower level as Red Mage, it just feels so wrong.
That's honestly it for most jobs. You just feel completely gimped. It's real.
You're just there as Ninja. You've got like 2 buttons.
Yeah.
Like what? AoE? Don't have that yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Dragoon problem of you have no AoE level 40 something.
Yeah.
Mad.
So we got a bit of a look at the first wing of Myths of the Realm.
Aglaia, which is obviously in true FF fashion. That's a Greek term. It's from Greek mythology, and we do it because of the specific 12 we're fighting. But yeah, also, oh man, I don't know if you're watching the stream when it happened, but they were going to such lengths to like control the camera as they were going through this, because they zoned in and then waited because NPCs were there and they didn't want to spoil which NPCs were with you. And then they also were like going around corners, creeping up to NPCs and like hiding them from view using pillars to block them and getting weird camera angles. Go, we want to show you as much of this area as we can, but we can't let you see who's here. And it was really funny. There's also a part where you see all those big statues that are up there.
You see.
That's Relgar, I guess. Yeah, Relgar from the fist from the Stormblood.
Yeah.
What was it? It was it was the pillar, and Yoshipi had his camera come in behind it, and like the camera clipped through the pillar a little bit, and you saw like obviously the pillar was cold, but a bit of its arm wasn't cold, and he didn't say anything, but I saw him like stop the camera and move it slightly, and I was like, you're in this fucking live stream showing off your game, and you're still just like thinking about QC going, should that maybe whole thing be cold? Why is that way? And you can see the gears turn his brain like, you're showing off your game. Stop thinking about QA for 0.1 seconds, please.
This is such a funny thing to hear. Just in the near raids, you have 2B and co run ahead of you.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I need to do the near raids.
Yeah.
I should really play
the Evilise ones.
Automata first.
No, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah, they don't spoil.
I at least thought I would have appreciated it more if I'd...
Oh, actually, I'm thinking about plot events in terms of location. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only played the opening.
If you're not particularly desire to do them particularly quickly, play all of Automata first, because as soon as you get into one specific area, well, actually like 2 specific areas, but when you get into the last phase of the raid, you're just like, oh, I know this place. Fuck yeah.
To move on, we got the Arkazadara tribal quest. So yes, those help them build a town. For Misc things then, well, we've got 6.0 and a portion of 6.1 added to New Game Plus, new Hrothgar hair, more glamour plates and locations where they can be used. Good. The ability to try on items from the store, new idle animations for parasols. Big change, different game. Checkmark display on items used to obtain minions, mounts, etc. already acquired. An improved market search for items used to obtain minions, mounts, etc.
Nice.
Yes. 20 plates, and you can apply them in any sanctuary. Very good. For the Hrothgar hair, it's like, yeah.
It's so weird.
just use a printout. There they are.
Screenshots, screen prints, yeah. Took print screen too literally. 2B Hrothgar. 2B and 9S Hrothgar aren't real, they can't hurt you, etc., etc.
Yeah. New mounts then. Oh, what are you? Hippo?
Yeah, we hippo.
We hippo chair?
Yeah, a big
This dude?
furry goboo. Goboo.
Is that a fucking
Looks like
dinosaur?
Crocodile thing?
Oh no, yeah. Man, okay, cool. I'll take it. What? Oh,
Pot, yep.
Yeah,
that is
neat.
that is the biggest change. I'm 100% doing anything I can to get that.
big.
That's a big move.
Oh man, yeah. Minions. Car.
Car
Because they're mad.
car that appears to be driven by Nero. Good luck getting a zoom in enough.
Just a kangaroo.
Duck.
You know, one of the funny things, because they have minis in Guild Wars too, right?
Minis is in the car?
No,
It's
just
miniatures? Okay.
Yeah, just little minis. But the minis are just a regular model scaled down.
Oh, great.
So there was one where it's just like some skimpy lady, and this person just has a full half-naked human woman,
Yep.
just really small.
Nice.
It's just like, what the and yeah, the minis in the game, it's not like the art style or, you know, the proportions
didn't
reflects them
chibi them or
being
anything,
small. It's just, that's just a lady at 0.1 scale. What have you done? It's so
Why not?
weird.
Why not?
Dog.
Dog, yep.
Big. New idle post.
Two Elden Ring jokes. Dog.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't
I
have
mean-
the right. You don't have the right.
Actually good. You know, nice for
Yep.
hanging out in town.
Yep. Also, look
new
at that.
glasses.
Glasses while wearing a headpiece.
Oh, nice.
We are now in unprecedented
Yeah.
unprecedented warriors, unprecedented waters for uncharted waters even for incredible glam endgame.
This actually took all of their technical work for the next expansion. The lighting revamp is cancelled.
Yeah, the 7.0 is cancelled.
Of course, we got the dream fitting Mog Station item preview feature.
that is literally framed as you go to bed and dream about what you would look like wearing these clothes, which is literally
funny.
all just, we don't want you to feel advertised to, so you have to go out of your way to do this. But then I would
I
say,
appreciate that.
I would say contextually, if dreaming about something is what you're doing, then that makes it inherently a thing that you want to attain. So Yoshi P, bad. No, I don't mean that.
Oh, the game assassins are after you now.
I don't mean that.
So, Ishgard housing. I think of any place in the... Well, I really like the Crystarium. But there's just something about the way that... The state of the story when you're in Ishgard very much makes it home. So yeah, we of course have got the housing plots there. It's all going to be using the lottery cycle, where basically, you know, there's a period where you can put down, you know, what things you're going to, what lotteries you're going to enter. Then there's a period of the results, you know, you paying, and it just goes through this process. Yeah, and then of course for housing designs, we have more print screens.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, what?
Yeah. Have you not wanted a bunch of dessert on your house roof?
You madman.
Yeah.
You
Candy House.
absolute madman.
Have you never read Hansel and Gretel and thought, hell yeah?
I guess so. Yeah.
Playground?
Yeah.
Yep. Playground, Japan bed, and off we go. That's it.
Yeah. There's certain underworld parts that should never get access to this. Get more Hansel and Gretel. Madness.
Yeah.
Madness. So I expect, because I haven't got this far in it yet, I'd expected a bunch of, like, you know, Ishgard stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it
no?
was jarring just being like, and here's a candy house. Very good. New gear. Again, more print screens. This is so
It's so
this is so novel.
Yeah.
So here's a look at some gear shown off by the boys with their pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's looking pretty damn
very
nice.
nice.
Oh,
That's gorgeous.
oh, colors. Let's go.
Also nice.
Yeah, that's fun. Also, new crafted gear.
I love how casual the crafted gear is.
There you go. Just wear a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Oh.
Yep. The end swing is area. Big.
Oh, shit.
Big if true.
Yeah. Well, reaching the light waves is all. Here's the thing. The light waves. I know that once you know how to do the light waves, you know how to do the light waves, and it's completely simple.
Yeah.
But until the point where it clicks, it's completely terrifying.
That's how most of the mechanics
Yeah.
work. Even the same in like EX1. You're like, oh my god, this is absolutely completely terrifying. How am I ever supposed to? Oh, just spins. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The Marvels of Circus were your playthings. Very good, very good. But I know how to rotate 90 degrees in my head.
Yeah. But then you're there in the game and you're screaming inside and don't know what to do, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Very fun. I mean, actually very fun.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, Enzer, let's go away from that because spoilers. And in fact, even Yoshi P started to panic when he maybe showed a little bit too much. Adventurer plates. Here's the beta version. Okay, so you got your profile, you've got the plate design and your portrait, and I presume then you can kind of customize this.
Yep, you can customize it in a whole bunch of different ways.
Yep, so you can basically have it reflect how you actually play the game.
Yep,
Right, so lots of little styles.
Yep, you can show your preferred jobs and what you like to do, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you can select 6 types of content that you kind of like doing. You can select the times when you're most active. That's a really neat little feature. You can set permissions for your plate, making it public or only available by friends, or just completely hidden.
Mm-hmm.
More permissions in the future. You can edit the portrait, having your character do an animated emote, changing their expression, and then even doing the lighting settings. Just like, basically a G-pose screenshots. That's really cool. Wouldn't it be neat if WoW had this? Actually, I mean, I guess there's the likes of Total TRP, the role-playing add-on, but like that's just a nice little feature. Now you can save 100 portraits. It will be limited to 20 in 6.1, but 6.15 will take it to 100. Portraits will, for now, only be visible in PvP content. When it comes to content as a whole, they will try and get some of it done for Mahjong as well in the future.
Mahjong, the true endgame.
Yep.
People who say Glam's the true endgame are cards.
We need to do Mahjong night again. That was fun.
Yeah, to do it now. Yeah, I actually read enough because my housemate has the FF set from the store, so we can just play FF Mahjong.
He bought that.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I cannot wait to continually lose small amounts of money.
Yep. You mean fake money? No one
money.
No one would gamble. No sir.
Yes, no. When we gamble, we are squatting on shares with big wads of cash, smoking cigarettes, and doing it just like how Mahjong should be played.
Yeah.
Now you can view it in the overworld, just not inside of raids and dungeons, and this will be expanded as well. Because, hey, like your character, so make a really cool profile for them. Neat. Right, PvP and the new Crystalline Conflict mode. Here's the most ballsy things of this to me. 5-minute matches.
Yeah.
That's
speed.
Assuming it's really quick queue time, that actually is interesting.
That
I guess
makes-
very different from the way PvP used to be, which, by the way, is something I've never experienced in the game.
That makes what it called makes like all like the League of Legends Wild Rift will try to get the length down. It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Deal with that.
So Crystalline Conflict is the name. PvP actions are being revamped, and same goes for limit break actions for each job. There's a new reward system, which is basically like a seasonal pass thing. Which, hey, it's log in, do some PvP, progress through it. Seems fair enough to me. Now, the feast will end with the release of 6.1. What's the feast again?
That's the other PvP mode.
Yes, which I have never done. So it ends.
Yep. Goodbye.
And then Rival Wings is on hiatus
Yep.
for balancing. Because I guess if they've changed the PvP actions and stuff, they will need to make those work. I take it the feast was just not popular.
Yeah, they're just kind of moving toward this instead. For the more all of the reasons they laid out when they first talked about the PvP before Endwalker, which I forget the vast majority of them, but they're all fairly sound arguments, even though people are going to be upset.
So it's a 5v5. Each team is formed of 5 different jobs, no role restrictions, casual, ranked, and custom matches, and then skill rating for ranked. All job actions in PvP will be adjusted in all PvP content. Every battle job has its own limit break. We didn't finish adjustments of Rival Wings in 6.1. We aim to get it done for 6.2, so it's on hiatus. Now, for what you're actually getting, we've got the series Malmstones and rewards, because, of course, miles are malms, so they have to be Malmstones. Right, so series periods will be added. Series are currently planned to change with every major patch.
So that's every 4 months then?
Right, so a series is like your big season.
Yep.
And if you play any PvP mode, you'll earn series XP and obtain rewards upon reaching new series levels, like a battle pass. Individual matches will contribute with reward XP, PvP XP, tombstones, and wolf marks. Here's an example of...
It's a battle pass, game's ruined.
Malmstones.
Yep. And this is all available through casual play. You won't have to do ranked for this or anything. Ranked will. I don't even know if ranked will speed it up, but ranked is like for... Ranked is where you want, if you want to get sweaty, go ranked. But if you just want to make the happy number brain go up and get your rewards, then casual's fine.
Yep, so you've got your series level there. There, of course, is the rewards on the track. There's a new currency called Trophy Crystals, which you can see here, getting 1,000 of them per. These can be exchanged for various items in the Wolves' Den. Certain Malmstones reward you with emotes, equipment, or adventurer plate elements, so some customization for that. And I guess it'd be quite nice if you do a raid, then you unlock the the adventurer plate customizations for that raid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it'd be pretty cool. Imagine if you got Curve.
Yeah.
You can just customize, here's my Sepulchre of the first one. It's like, little thing for my player plate. And, you could maybe only earn it when that content is new, right?
Yeah.
That could be a neat little thing.
Yeah, you could have your, your adventurer's plate that's just the jailer's head hanging off a thing.
Yeah.
Bit gruesome, but yeah.
Then when a new series begins, rewards will be updated and your series level will be reset, but your trophy crystals will carry over. Now, here's the level 25 rewards. It's Mr. Crispy.
It's Mr. Crispy.
You get people over. Hey,
Yep.
that looks really cool.
It looks
And
unreal.
those blacks are grey. So this will look
yeah.
really good with your G-Shade. Really, 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 really good. So I guess I'm going to have to go and hit level 25. Now, I do wonder, will you be able to, like, the FOMO element of obtaining this after this series? How does that work?
I don't know. I think it is literally, I think it's just FOMO. I think so. Which is what they've done with PvP in the past. It's weird that they're not going around that as far as I'm aware. I'm not completely sure myself, but...
Oh, no.
Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, okay. Sweet.
He's wrong.
Yep.
If you didn't make it in time, you can still use the crystals to obtain the rewards from previous series. They will...
So
they will stay for one additional patch, but will be gone after that.
So you've got half a year.
Okay. Well,
actually, you've got about 9 months.
FOMO, not so much a fan of. At least they're being a bit more soft with it, which I think is better. I mean, look, hopefully the mode's fun. Like, it could turn out this will come out, and I'll just be like, oh shit, I really enjoy PvP in this, and there's a full system to take care of and have your bing bing wahoo number brain work on.
It's the same with. I mean, it would be awkward if they did that. I was going to say they might do it the same with event items, where event items usually go in the store a decent while after they're first available, or recycle back. So that would be very. That would not be taken well, but.
Now, there is the whole sort of ranked system then. So ranking tier and placement is determined by the amount of Crystalline Conflict ranked matches won during the season. That determines the rewards you get at the end of a season.
Yep.
Right? So these rewards will include achievements, titles, adventurer plate, elements, and more.
Yep.
So basically, you're going from Bronze 1 all the way up to Diamond 5.
Yeah.
So kind of like what you would expect, I suppose. Now let's have a look at this. Risers and Rising Stars. Rising Stars can be earned by winning ranked matches. So, Bronze 2, win 1, and I'll be Bronze 2 with 3 stars. I suppose, win that, and you'll be Bronze 1. Right,
yep.
so you move from Bronze 3, Bronze 2, Bronze 1, Silver 3, Silver 2, Silver 1, away you go on your way up.
And you can't drop tiers.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the thing a lot of games have been doing now, where it's like, yeah, you reach a tier, you stay there.
Yeah. That would break StarCraft 2, but it's very fair for a game like this, considering everything. And you'll have an MMR behind it, I guess, too. So they probably won't be doing placement based on this. They're probably doing placement based on an MMR. This can't go down when you lose.
Yeah, that's the way.
I assume.
Was it League was the first one to really do that? I think it might have been the first big game to do that, which is you're not allowed to drop down tiers because that's bullshit. Or because it's unlucky.
And then, for the getting sweaty, there is Crystal.
Yep.
Beyond Diamond lies the highest tier, Crystal. Can be reached by winning a match with 3 Rising Stars, at Diamond 1. In the Crystal tier, your rank is determined by the amount of Crystal credit in your progression instead of Rising Stars. Credit is gained or lost depending on the outcome of matches. So basically, that's the bit where you're going up and down depending on your performance.
Like again, like Challenger and League.
Yeah, and then here we've got, so here's the series, but then you have 2 seasons within the series.
Yeah.
So I think that's just because they kind of want that increased, pace of progression. They seem to think that really 2 months is the appropriate amount of time for one of these seasons versus 4. So there you go. Now we've also got the return of the Garo collaboration event, which is going to get us some gear. Well,
some of the best gear that's ever been put in the game. For sure.
New achievements, titles, and gear sets for Shadowbringers and Endwalker jobs.
Yep.
We even have a little trailer.
It's the trailer from originally back in the day, 2016.
Oh. Whoa.
Yep. Garo's a Tokusatsu series. It's so cool.
So
it's so cool.
This is all of what we're getting here?
Yep. Well, this is this was originally a PvP reward.
Oh, okay.
So it's why it's extremely rare, but extremely cool. But that gold will set, that black will set is amazing.
So wait, is this stuff that we're going to be able to earn in the future, or is there a new set coming that hasn't been revealed yet?
This stuff's coming back.
Okay, so this is coming back.
Yeah, and that's why everyone's like really hyped for it.
Yeah,
because
which is then big hype because so few people have it.
Yeah, because that stuff's been unavailable for so long. It's like, that is seriously the coolest shit.
And is this coming back as a part of like Crystalline Conflict, or is this via other means? Or do you just not know yet?
So I assumed it was going to be the PvP again. I don't know if they actually said. I'll check now, actually.
Ah, cool. Well, hey, look, there you go. That's the live letter. Quite a lot to cover, actually. Loads of details for this patch.
The expansion was out 4 months ago.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing. We just get one of these every 4 months.
Yeah.
Until the new expansion comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of thing where, they don't go like hyper deep, and it's a very different patch structure to what you'd have in a World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Where, instead of just like a new zone with some dailies and, the catch-up gear and stuff like that, the way that they do it is like, well, here's the next, what would you say, 4, 5, 6 hours of story?
Yeah, probably around that. Probably
Yeah, so like, maybe. Here's a big campaign, here's a bunch of side quests, here's the tribal quests are basically like a rep. So here's a rep you can do. Here's 4 new bosses in the Alliance Raid series. Of course, you can still do Pandemonium and all the stuff that came out before. The Ultimate, the Ultima's Bane, right? So and this new Crystalline Conflict mode.
Yes.
So it's like quite broad. But then what's really cool, isn't it? Oh dear, is it 6.3? That's the Island Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know complete details of 6.2.
Yeah.
6.2 will be the next 4 for Pandemonium.
Continuation of MSQ. If we're going by usual standards, we'll have like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 be the continuation of like the next level of MSQ. But it's hard to say what they'll do with 0.4 and 0.5 because 6.2 is the Sanctuary. So we'll get an EX trial every time. We'll get probably new Unreal everything, maybe. I think there'll be another Ultimate by the end. Don't know if that'll be 0.4 or 0.5. We're going to get relic stuff and then Criterion dungeons and also the next what do they call them? The next deep dungeon. The next deep dungeon will come as well. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's a whole lot of expansion stuff that's like not in yet that we kind of know we're getting. We just don't know the details of why. But you can look at, because of how they actually make things. Well, 6.3 is in the Ultimate. Jesus Christ, they're so fast. Fucking hell.
Well, they have. Is it not that they have to, or they said they kind of wanted to make up for not having as much in Shadowbringers?
Yeah. They lost stuff and had to push the Ultimate way back. This Ultimate's actually really late, which is why the next one might be soon. But there's basically a whole bunch of stuff that we're used to getting from the usual patches. You can literally just look at like what happened. Hey, here's what happened in Shadowbringers patches. This is just going to happen again, except we'll have the island and we'll have Criterion stuff, which is new. But everything else, they kind of stick to, we know what we're doing. We're doing this at this time.
Yeah.
So everyone knows, obviously that's helpful for players to go, oh, well, I know when I'm going to be interested in coming back. It's like a Savage Raider's like, oh, well, I'm done with Savage Raiding. I don't have to come back until 6.2 in this case. Obviously, you'll probably, if you're that, you'll probably come for the Ultimate, which is why they'll space those out. But it's like, it's just pure consistency. But then, obviously, that's going to straight up mean, like, for their production schedules, they're never like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah,
it's always, like, I know what to do.
Yeah,
Fine.
the unknowns are really quashed.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's like there's a lack of ambition when it comes to big structure of the game innovation. Not a lack of ambition.
Yeah.
I think a conscious decision to not do that,
Yeah.
so they can evolve on actual quality of content.
Yeah.
And now we're in a situation where, Crystalline Conflict and the Island Sanctuaries are like a bit of an outlier as being like big shiny new features.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like they've just cultivated a situation where people are just like, yeah, the content's going to be so good, I cannot wait to get the content.
Yeah,
it's not like, I can't wait for this change to the gearing system. I can't wait for this, update thing or whatever. It's very much seems to be content and experience driven.
Yeah, and
which is
then-
probably a healthier way to be running your production pipeline.
Yeah. But they also do get obviously that allows them the room to do things like the Criterion Dungeons for a change. It allows them to innovate in the detail, basically. They're definitely detail oriented as opposed to a big idea oriented, which is what helps them so much with how they do everything correctly. Because it's so hard to do everything when you're like big ideas. But you're like, well, I'll do the thing that I did last time, but because I've already done it, I can do it again way faster, which gives me more time to do it better, to improve process, stuff like that. All very interesting, like philosophically in terms of production. I think that's what happens when you have a producer-director instead of a director.
Yeah, I suppose it's interesting that if he's always just had this very, spreadsheets and timelines mindset from being a producer.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just that thing. Interesting things happen with the intersection of disciplines.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you could be an artist. If you're a technical artist who can do really cool, crazy stuff in Engine, that's like a superpower on being able to do the drawing part or, whatever.
Yep.
Interesting stuff. Good. And 11 days.
11 days. That's like that. I was so sure it was the 19th. Everything in my room was like, it's the 19th. It's absolutely 19th. And Blizzard will have the expansion announcement same day. And that'll be interesting and quite difficult to handle personally. But now they're like, yeah, you can just play FF for a week and then have that. Like,
brilliant.
Sweet.
Oh, it suits us.
Thank you very much.
Suits us so nicely. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. So there we go. That's it for stream. That's the news.
Yeah, we have only one last small thing to do.
Oh.
Which is
be
really happy.
The boys are going to London.
Yeah. I can't believe I really badly was like, I need to go to the next Distant Worlds. And I didn't even notice the tickets were on sale until yesterday. I think it was Dakar told me. I was like, why are we not okay? Tickets went on sale 10 a.m. this morning. We had this squadron around the computers like, right, here's how we're going to organize this. We'll get it going. Managed to get tickets for the 5 of us. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm so excited. October in London. Fucking incredible.
Yeah. So
incredible.
That'll be a fun weekend.
Yeah. It'll be so good, man.
Oh man. Yeah.
Fucking because the only thing like that I was at the Near Orchestra event in 2020, and it was actually completely insane. It was one of the most enjoyable things I've ever experienced in my day. So the idea of seeing a Distant Worlds, which is something I've literally wanted to do for now 11 years, because I remember listening to one of the Distant Worlds albums way back then, hearing like a live version of a bunch of FF10 stuff. Was it Suteki Tane? I think it was that, and I was like, oh my fuck, I'm going to see one of these before I die. I need to. And the fact that it's now happening 10 years later, I'm like, yes, let's fuck.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Especially like, obviously it's a Distant Worlds, it's all Final Fantasy stuff, but given how great the FF14 music is, and how, I mean, even listening to the live rendition of Answers from it, and the later Dragon Song went unbelievably incredible. And the idea of like a flow live,
big,
or a close and distance live, or even an Answers live with the new context we have is going to be fucking soul destroying in a good way.
We'll probably do that. So yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be big.